Have you ever wished not to have saved the princess from the evil castle, and rather wish you died several times over? Well then, this is the level for you, you twit. I'm Landon Rivers, and unfortunately, it's time to save Jacindra. Come check out the Enclave Discord server where you can chat and learn even more about the game. The invite is in the description. Welcome to the longest and most difficult level in the game, even when playing casually. There's a reason this video took so damn long to make. The Citadel of Arkmores stands in the north, erected in the center of a volcanic crater. It's a tall and dangerous structure in which we're going to be working our way towards the top. The Citadel hosts the Council of Mordessa, which rules the Outlands. Mordessa is some goth chick who allegedly receives orders directly from the Demon Lord Vitar himself. Well, Vitar said he needs a virgin sacrifice to be summoned, so Mordessa captured Princess Jacindra of Celenheim. We need to rescue Jacindra before hell is unleashed through her sacrifice. As you travel up the Citadel, you will run into 5 main challenge areas which you will want to try and perfect: Bridge Room, Liches, Waiting Room, Chapel, and Mordessa. The hardest of the 5 by far is the Bridge Room, though each area has its own little way of making your life miserable. Trust me, I get to say this. In this video, we'll cover all that goes into these areas and everything in between. A common theme you'll find is using the revival exploit in order to skip time. For equipment, all the gold you've picked up throughout the run has been for this very moment. Pick the halfling, and there's 2 ways we can go about this. If you want to play it safe because this level hurts so much, and we've come this far in our run, we keep the shield. Or we could go the riskier way and remove the shield by pressing right arrow twice. If you don't have a shield equipped, it means it takes less time to switch weapons, and it's generally quicker to gain control of your axe again. Also, since you'll be dying a lot, having less protection can guarantee a quicker death. Whichever way you go, we'll also need to equip a crossbow for the halfling. Specifically, we're going to use the second crossbow on the list, the double-barreled dwarven crossbow. Damage doesn't matter when it comes to the crossbow for this level, but quick firing and accuracy does. This is the affordable option that covers all the bases. For crossbow ammo, we only need 20 regular bolts, which fire instantly, and 10 magic bolts, which travel slower but have a homing missile effect. Purchasing all of this and keeping the shield, you will have at least spent all of the money you've earned and picked up. For those running the level individually, here is a list of all the characters and highest level equipment you are able to use when the level is unlocked. You can equip any of the 6 characters however you want. Your budget is your only constraint, so have at it. Here is the recommended speedrun loadout. The halfling is the fastest character, making her a solid choice. Because in an individual level run you don't have to worry about the 12 previous levels, it's recommended you take the risk and play without a shield. Jacindra can be completed in less than 5 minutes and 30 seconds using the current route. In this video, I'll have an icon displayed in the corner to tell you when a good time to heal is, and also specifically when not to heal. If you heal at the wrong time, you could get caught without your axe out when you need to kill an enemy, and this could cost you precious time. We begin the level traveling up a narrow bridge high above a lake of lava. Try and jump some gaps to shorten the distance traveled. However, beware, there is an assassin camped in a turret room ahead with a Redeemer crossbow, and if she hits you without a shield, it could mean you get pushed off into the lava. This has happened to me more times than I'd like to admit. Sometimes the Berserker will block the path of the bolts. Continue up, dodging enemies and healing if they get some heavy hits on you. As you travel up this giant backbone, you may want to hop because your foot could easily get caught on this terrain. Now we get to the most annoying part in the level, and possibly the entire game. Let's talk about shadow skeletons. They can't be insta-killed with a hammer because they're the shadow version of skeletons, and also they have shields, so they tend to block lots of your hits. They also run around any way they want and chase you when they feel like it. There's no point in trying to corral them around, you'll just be wasting your time. You know what's hilarious? Even the Dregatar hate the shadow skeletons, and they'll kill them before they kill you. That in mind, you just got a VIP ticket to the skeleton party. 3 skeletons will spawn as you hop on the dance floor. Then we hit these 3 buttons, left, right, center, and 3 more skeletons appear behind you. 6 shadow skeletons, all with shields. So I mentioned it's hard to hit them with their shields, but right as they're spawning, their shield is not equipped, so it's possible to get a free final blow on them. I tend to do this for the center of the 3 skeletons spawned by the buttons. See if you can do a little damage while the gate is rising up, then prepare a false crouch stance to get under the gate quickly. Welcome to the Bridge Room. There are 3 phases to this room: skeletons, assassins, and then ghosts. Prepare a running combo as you near the far end of the bridge to kill this skeleton, then immediately turn around to do a running 3-hit combo against this other skeleton. It's usually at this point where you discover if your skeleton friends from the party followed you in. Cleave through them as you can. It's the skeleton without the shield and the falchion which you need to kill. Sometimes the skeletons will back up and be where the gate closes, and that's awesome because anything standing where the gate closes is killed instantly, even you. As soon as the two skeletons from the room are killed, an assassin will spawn on the left side of the room. Pull out your dwarven crossbow and fire at her before she has a chance to spray you with arrows. Another assassin will spawn on the right side. Do the same thing. Good thing you have a double-barreled dwarven crossbow so you don't have to reload. What did shooting them do? Well, it made them want to jump down and fling themselves at you. Pull out your axe in case you need to fight. Lots of times if you just stand in the middle, they miss their mark and jump into the abyss, killing themselves. Other times, they'll land on a bridge and you have to engage with them. Other times, they'll miss the bridge but get stuck on the columns while they fall to their death. This said, make sure you hear their death sound to ensure they died. They shouldn't present too much of a problem unless, of course, you're still dealing with the skeleton party, because you know they can open the gate at any time and pop in to say hello. When the assassins are dead, pull out your crossbow and prep for killing ghosts. Originally, it's intended that two ghosts fly around the room for a little bit, then land in the middle and turn into a lich. Turns out you can kill the ghost and bypass the lich completely. We want to kill the ghosts where they spawn, but they start moving shortly after they spawn, and one spawns immediately after the other is killed. Timing and character placement on this is crucial. We need to switch to our magic bolt for the first ghost because it travels slower. Stand here near the entrance, look down, and fire a little in front of the ghost face as soon as it spawns. Your bolt will most likely hit it. Immediately run to the other side of the bridge room and stand at this corner. Switch to your regular bolts because we can kill this one immediately. Look at the ghost and when the reticle turns red, fire away. It's harder than it looks though. If you miss, no problem. Just look down at this corner, pull your magic bolts out again, and fire. You'll more than likely hit him this time as it gets to this point. But if you're still struggling with hitting this one or the first, I'd usually reset on an individual run. It's probably because the skeletons are back and pushing you around. Again, another reason I love the skeletons. If you're finishing up a single segment run though, just keep firing away with magic bolts. Just trying to lead a little bit on where they're flying. Don't even try it with regular bolts. As soon as the second ghost is killed, or the second lich is killed if it came to that, pull out your axe and try to false crouch as the gate's magic barrier is wiped and it rises up. Head to the left and through the door. Give a few swings to push back the berserker behind the door. Now we get to a spot where you need to perform a high jump. It's important to, of course, not be moving your mouse before jumping, and also try to aim for this crack as you jump. The wall will shoot out and kind of attack you, so a nice high jump will avoid this mess. It's easy to get stuck on the parts jutting out. Just keep spamming jump to get past if this happens. Pick up the key and turn around immediately. Jump over the guys chasing you and go out the door where you came in. You want to exit this room before the doors close automatically, which is another reason the high jump is so important. Head straight, then spam right click as you get to this locked door to unlock it. Dodge around this brute, head up the stairs, strafe around this lich which appears, and go into the teleporter. Welcome to the lich rooms. The lich rooms have 4 liches which you need to kill. As you've experienced, they can totally negate your attacks with their shields and push you back with a panic attack. It's random and another possible run ender for individuals. For this first room though, these 2 liches are guaranteed to summon as their first action. We want to do a running combo to both before they're able to summon. They leave themselves wide open when they're doing this. This will require some practice, but it's not too difficult to pull off consistently. Run and open the door as soon as both are dead. There will be lots of ghosts flying around which can absorb your hits and push you. Travel up the stairs and the next 2 liches will spawn. They'll do whatever they want. I try to do a running combo beforehand to kill the first lich with a finishing blow right when it spawns. This doesn't always work though. Try to group them together and take them out quickly. Open the doors and you'll see a berserker and more ghosts. A teleporter will open up. Try to kill the berserker before this happens. Stand inside of the teleporter and you'll be sent up to the next level. Head immediately to the right and open the door. An assassin will be to your left and will try to spray you with burst arrows. We actually want this, but not yet. Head in the room and run to the checkpoint. Welcome to the waiting room. Why is it called this? Well, because for the next 35.5 seconds, that's all you'll be doing. How do you reduce this time waited? We exploit the revival cutscene. Right when you hit the checkpoint, head back to the door before it closes and pray your assassin friend followed you to the door so she can shoot you in the face and save you a couple of seconds on the wait. If she's there but has her dagger out, shoot her with a crossbow to force her to change her weapon back to her bow. When she kills you, the door will be closed after you spawn. There are some rare cases where she stands right in the doorway and can open it more than once and then kill you multiple times, cutting lots of time off. If she's not cooperating, that sucks, but it happens. If you have low health, there's a chance that the roof above you opens up and an orc throws down some bombs. Try and die to the bombs instead. If your health is too high, or if the roof never opened up, then that means you get to wait. An orc might come down to keep you company, but he's not why we're here. Dispose of him quickly. Exactly what are we waiting for? Well, a sound cue, specifically the sound cue of an assassin preparing an arrow, then jumping in from above. About 1 second after we hear the sound cue, we want to start up a neutral combo and aim for this wall corner so we smash her with a final blow right when she lands. As soon as she's dead, the room will open up. Turn around immediately and head through the way with the checkpoint. Head across the bridge, and as we approach this teleporter, a berserker brute will rush in first. It's possible to hit him before he enters, and you should try to do this. If you hit him, there's a chance he stands still right when he teleports into the room, and then when you teleport, you spawn right on top of him, which kills him instantly. Gee, what an interesting game mechanic. When you enter the new room, head towards the crank and right-click. This will trigger a cutscene where a spiral staircase will lower into the waiting room. Skip the cutscene with enter, then turn around and head out the teleporter you came in from. If the berserker is still alive, maybe try to kill him in passing, but it's usually easier to dodge around. Head towards the staircase, cleaving through enemies in your way, and head up. There's a burst assassin outside the door we need to enter, but leave her alone because she could help us later. Head in the door, and now we're in the chapel room. A lich is there along with an orc and a crossbow assassin. As you interrupt midday mass, you spook the lich so much she turns into a ghost, and then the orc gets pissed and throws a bench at you. Our objective in this room is to pull the crank at the top of the stairs. This isn't available until we kill these 3 specific enemies. It's been easiest for me to jump up to the assassin, then perform a neutral combo on her. 2 hits will take her out, and then you can turn around and use the neutral final blow on the orc behind you. Take out the orc, then head up to the corner where the ghost is. Try and kill the ghost with a starting strike of a running combo, then when the lich pops out of ghost mode, the final blow of the running combo should hit her. Take her out quickly, then right-click on the crank. A cutscene will play where a bridge in another room lowers, and we see Mordessa running away. Back in chapel, remember that assassin from earlier? Well, if she followed you in, now's her time to help. If you're severely hurt at this point, like at the point of death, we need her to kill us. Why? Because we can be revived at the checkpoint closer to our objective. If she's not there, an orc will walk in the door, and maybe he could smack you around a little. If you're still pretty healthy though, you might need to just jump over the orc and run down yourself. In making your way to the stairs, it's faster to go through the set of 2 doors, though there is a chance enemies could be blocking them and prevent them from opening. Going through the route with a teleporter, there's no risk of this. Whichever way you choose, make it to the spiral staircase and climb up, then move across the bridge. On the other side of the bridge, guess who's hiding around the corner waiting for us to chase them? As you get to the other side and Mordessa starts running, she'll say, "You will never get me!" But then we immediately overtake her in the race. She will drop down and perform a panic attack which pushes you. Try to reduce your speed when falling and land on the ground in front of the door so you get pushed into it. Head through and to the left. Now, we enter the room with the enchanted staircase. Mordessa cursed this staircase so that you climb it forever. Oh no, this is so inconvenient. So anyway, the button to dispel the staircase is at the bottom underneath. Make hitting the button the first thing you do when you enter the room. Beat the berserker back if he's in your way. Head up the stairs. You'll find a nice rhythm with your mouse to pull this off quick. There's a piece of the stairs that breaks off, but that usually doesn't get in the way. As you're heading up, you don't want to heal. Even if you're near death, that's actually a good thing for what we have coming up. Head through the door at the top, up the stairs, and around to the right. Get your crossbow out, right-click to reload if needed, and make sure you're on normal bolts, not magic. Head in the door, and now begins the finale of the level. Mordessa will say some junk, Jesindra will whine, and we skip the cutscene with Enter. For the next 1 minute and 42 seconds, we are stuck in this room waiting for Jesindra to descend into a spiky pit of doom. She goes at the same slow rate the entire time. Also worth noting, a checkpoint just activated in the back of the room. Now we have a boss attacking us, and we don't have to kill the boss to finish the level. Can you put 2 and 2 together based on previous knowledge? That's right, we are going to die over and over, because skipping the revival cutscene advances in-game time by 2 seconds each time. The problem is, we need to fit in as many deaths as possible before the portal below Jesindra opens up. If we drop in too late, sometimes the game registers it as a loss. So ideally, we want to be standing on the portal right before it opens, so we drop down and optimize timing. So, how do you get Mordessa to kill you quickly? You want her in her most powerful state, which is with her sword out and performing combos on you. To do this, simply hit her once with your crossbow as soon as the fight begins. Then she will teleport down, take out her sword, and charge you. You want to lead her up to the checkpoint in the back because we want her wailing on us as soon as we revive. If she kills you along the way, there's nothing wrong with that. Once she's at the checkpoint, now we pray she gets some chunky damage on us. After each death, spam enter and you'll get that 2-second advancement. You may realize at this point, if you went through the level with a shield equipped, it's a little harder for her to get hits on you. You're also a little short since you're a halfling. If you have a shield out, you want your non-shield side exposed to her at all times. And you also want to stand on a slightly raised platform, such as the railing of this structure. The distance between you and her does matter to help score some juicy hits. You might think you could pull out your crossbow, but unfortunately, Mordessa will change her attack pattern to be less lethal. She will only do a singular horizontal strike and it won't do much damage. You need your weapon out for her to get high damaging finishing blows on you. You also don't want to hit her at any point because she will teleport away. If you went through the level without the shield, you want to try and stay on the revival platform and basically be running into her to push her off the platform if she gets on. You will die more often, but there are some instances where Mordessa just feels like being nice. It sucks. As for the number of times to die, you can expect to die 8 to 11 times. You'll tend to get 8 or 9 deaths with a shield and 9 to 10 deaths without a shield. In rare cases, if Mordessa is going to town on you, you can pull off 11 deaths, which is super ideal. Either way, I find it useful to count my deaths out loud so I can predict the time saved. How do you know your progress and when to stop? You can use the sound cues of Jesindra to track this. As she descends, Jesindra cries out at 7 different points. I probably would too if I were getting sacrificed to the devil. Here is a list of the time elapsed and each of the cries that you would hear. This time is based on when the battle initiates after the cutscene. You don't have to remember all of these, there's only 2 that you have to pay attention to. The first is,
wait until they hear about this at home!
At which point you should start to think of wrapping things up. You might have 7 or 8 deaths at this point. The second cry is,
Why, you twit!
At which point that kill which you're working on should be the last one you do. This is because 13 seconds after this soundbite, the portal under Jesindra will open up. This would of course be 11 seconds if you get another death in. Once again, you do not need to kill Mordessa to complete the level. Race down to the portal, stand in the middle, Jesindra says,
You can't do this!
You plummet into the darkness and pick up a blue gem, the screen fades to black, and split. What a trip that was. Congratulations on completing the hardest and longest level in the Light campaign. Now we're back in Hell. We've done enough that this really isn't too much of a surprise. But one thing we haven't done is defeat the final boss of the Light campaign. So join us next time as we finish the run and kill the Demon Lord Vitar. I'm Landon Rivers, see ya there.